Okay, so came out early this morning. We started this hike while it was still dark, and it's still dark up in the woods. And we're heading over to this mine, and we're going to go down to this one section, and we're going to try to make our way over to this old mine that we went to only one time before, and just wanted to check it out some more. And so, oh man, but nice and wooded back in here. So, okay. Okay, so we have reached our termination point to go into this old mine. Yeah, we've been here hiking since about 4:30 this morning. Sun's just now coming up, but it's, of course, always dark in the woods. But it takes a lot of doing to get here. So we're going to go back in this mine, check a few things out that we didn't before. And we just want to get an early start because the weather is just so humid and hot. But this is where we're going into, right there. And man, I'll sit here right here for an hour if I need to cool down. The air coming out of there is probably about 50 degrees. It's great. So anyway, we're going to head down in there. It'll take us a little while to get to this slope, but we don't even know if we can do it. We haven't been in here in a couple of years, maybe. So we'll see if we can gain access again. Okay, got entry into the mine right here. This is just some of the things you see when you come in here. You got an old barrel. Could be part of a moonshine operation. See what that cut right there? Just don't really know. But anyway, swinging it on up to where Mr. Box is. This is another one where we've got to take a circuitous route to be able to even get to this mine. This was a huge breakthrough. You can see they actually had a timber support right there for whatever reason. That is kind of strange. What that's still in there. It could have been a brace. But anyway, Mr. Box is blazing the trail here. So, and I want to start heading off. Okay. All right, man. We had, see those arrows right there? A few years ago, we had to spray paint those. First time coming in this way, so we could know how to get out. Right there. Always good to leave a trail. Either glow sticks or high yellow illumination light there. Spray paint. All right, man. Here's the first one. Okay. Mr. Box is ambidextrous. All right, I'm next. We just came down from that direction, dropped a glow stick. This starts the first part of this mine we're trying to get to. You can see these wooden support timbers, just actually trees they chopped off the mountain. And you got another one right here. It's hard to say. They're definitely 120, easy, maybe older. But that is the way we're going through that breakthrough there. There's Mr. Box. All right, man. Right down there, that's where they used to have the minecart rails. So, all right. Huge workrooms, huge. Okay, drop down through there. These are long work headers right here. So Mr. Box, he just dropped down through this alternate one right here. And we keep going down. Freaking shale, man. All right, man. He gets down there to the bottom. He looks like a midget. It's just a completely different world in here. Okay. Huge, 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 huge. Okay. Almost there when we got to start doing the crazy stuff. Okay. Okay. Fixing to make the drop through down through this, the biggest breakthrough upstart ever. You could drive 2 tractor trailers right through here. You could stack 2 on top of one another. It's so big. That's about a good 30-foot drop down. So it's you can look at Mr. Jock's size comparison. That's a good 25 feet difference. And down there, it'll be about 45 feet the ceiling. So got the lights on max, and it's not even really doing any good. So we've got to go down there and turn to the right. So, okay, well, here we go. One more level. Straight down. All right. All right. You can see this is where the minecart tracks were. You can see the cross ties used to be there, but they have eroded away. And you got the timber supports that used to line it right here. And this is the skull. That's what we're going. We're either going up this way or going another way. You can see the minecart tracks would have led right off that way. Now about 500 feet from here would be the slope. But we started calling this the going up through the skull eyes right here. Looks like it. Okay. This is the worst part. You got to swing around this huge section of roof here, and all this stuff is slippery, moisture, and got to make it through there over to the other side where Mr. Box went. So this is the worst section right here. So all this stuff is slippery. You might be able to see in the video. A lot of moisture. So go ahead and get through this little narrow passageway and join up with Mr. Box. Okay. All right. We just came down from the mountain right there. All right. And Mr. Box had come across this. He was the advanced team a few years back. And what you got here is the first of a number of underground moonshine stills. Illegal moonshine stills here. So I think if we determine this thing was raided, aren't there some axe marks? Or yeah. So that little water line right there, they had to tie it into an underground aquifer. These guys were ingenious. But you can see all the barrels. Those guys love to burn oak barrels, man. Make this moonshine. So, but this is how Mr. Box found it. He came over. He was the first one to come over the mountain, so to say. So, it's no telling how old this is. Could be 30s, 40s. It's hard to say. I mean, this stuff is old, but this mine was abandoned for a long time. And I'm thinking either these are linseed oil cans or kerosene cans. But right there, you can see the pick marks. Right there. You can see that's where they had the fire going. I think they had the barrel on top of this thing, maybe.
Yeah.
So that could be the lid right there for this. And I'm not sure what this is, a tapper or something, or maybe to put the fire out or something. But that is pretty rare, man. That's like a giant cast iron milk can or something. But
see the axe mark on the side of it.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
Even more evidence. They took 2 swings.
Yeah, boys were getting some practice. But there's more back in here that we saw. But I think this was the most complete one that we came across. But see this pipeline right here. There's an underground aquifer around the corner up there. So they needed water. So they just tied right into the aquifer. It's still running up there. So not really the cleanest water, but anyway. But anyway, we've got to go down this way and then go up one more, and then we should be on the slope. But these guys they had this thing operating for some time, but apparently. So, okay. Down one light here, Mr. Box. He's using mine. Okay, just came up to this second level. And Mr. Box, he's right there. And section of rail right there. This is how ambidextrous he is, folks. It's nothing for him. He can chew bubble gum and do this. All right. Look at that. Easy. I'm jealous.
Must be falling on death.
Yeah. The death zone. All right, man. This is it. Oh, you turn it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Box illumination right there. Okay, this is it. This takes us, the slope is right there, right ahead. So that you can see they had twin minecart rails. You got the rails right there. You can see at times water just comes down from somewhere and just floods the heck out of this thing.
That's what they tapped into that underground rock.
Yeah, I mean, smart, man. Those guys were ingenious. So, all right, we'll head out this way. Okay. So we are on the slope right here, and if you need to take a break, get some energy right here. Kill Cliff Ignite, Smashing Citrus. Created by Navy SEALs for those who are not Navy SEALs. Well, we could give the Navy SEALs some good indoor training in mines right here, if they're ever interested. So anyway, well, took a break and got some energy, man. It's tiring doing this. So, all right, and we'll go ahead and see what we can find in here.
Hold the light.
Okay.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. So Mr. Box came across this while I was taking a break, enjoying my high energy drink. And so I'm an old man. And this is a glass insulator. Probably the rarest one ever seen. May 1893. That tells you how old this mine is. I think it started in the, maybe about 1880. So, 1893, this has been in here, or thereabouts. So, anyway, very rare. Good find by Mr. Box, man. Okay, here's another video of that glass insulator Mr. Box found right there.
So the wire would go around the top.
Yeah, go around the top. May 1893. Man, oh man. I mean, I've seen some in the 1920s, but never 1893, a glass insulator. So you can tell this mine had electric lighting in it from back then. Man, that's just incredible. All right, steam powered, of course, to produce the electricity, but nonetheless, it's incredible. Dropping glow sticks. We've descended several hundred feet down, but we're only at number 6 right header. There's a big section of rail leaned up against the wall right there. Probably that was marked down in the 1890s, probably. Faded lead base paint. So, you got to get up over here. That's another work area. But the header is sealed up, so
That's a comforting way to put it. Sealed.
Yeah, sealed up. We do have water flowing down into this mine from somewhere, probably one of the underground aquifers. And anyway, well, we're going to head right over this pile right here, and I think it's we're going to go to the left here. That would be what I'm thinking is 7 left. So. Okay, we're going to making our way off to the right, left over here, and this is looking down the main slope. All right. Okay, this is the main slope right here. That is looking down. The walls are perfectly aligned, squared up. As you go on down, there's gaps. Each one of those are headers. So you got the other work headers over here to the right, and we're going to be heading down this one, and this one is over 1,000 feet minimum. Perfect. All right. You can see this is where they had the minecart rails. They had 2 sets of rails, and that right there is just gobbing, just loose rock stacked up. When you look at it, I mean, it's just excess ore. They just must have had so much of this stuff coming out of here. They just stacked it up if they needed it, I guess. So, and we've seen these before. We have no idea what they are, but they're numbered all the way down this header. It could be where the miners were sent to work in their sections, you know. So, but all right. This baby's long, man. That drops down another section. And we're just going to follow where the minecart rails were, right here. Perfect. This is probably the most perfectly preserved work header we've ever seen, bar none. For its size. All right, we'll film some more on the way up. Oh, that's a slight breakthrough here, and that's another number right here. So these had to be workstations. They just had them listed off. Number 2, and that actually looks like a miner's initial right there. DL maybe, BL, maybe he did it with the his lamp right there. Looks like OL or DL right there.
I see that.
So these numbers had to be workstations. So there's some sections of rail right there. So we'll just continue heading down this way. We're still moving along this gigantic work header, and this is maybe section number 4 for the miners. Not really sure, but this one's on the ceiling. The other ones have been on the wall. That one's on the ceiling. You see this drops down into a whole nother level.
It looks pretty open. Clear down there too.
Yeah, wide open. And what we've got, let's see. Coming up here, we're so deep back in this mine, it's just not even funny. It's about 1,000 feet back off the slope. Remains of another moonshine still right here. Right there. And you see that it's got axe, well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got axe marks right there. And that's where they had the fire going. You see just barrel rings everywhere. So, we've got two large breakthroughs. Here's one into this section, and that other squared entry goes down to another one. It's pretty amazing. We're going to go up and over, hopefully. But, so I come up over here real quick. Huh. I think this is where they had their vat. Right here. Could be. Look at that. That's perfectly squared up right there. Guess I had something sitting on it. Piece of glass right there Mr. Box found. That's some pipe. Yeah, well, I tell you one thing. These guys were out of the weather. They had the best headroom. You can see where they had a fire going. The roof is black. I mean, I don't know how these guys just didn't smoke themselves out, but they had it down to a science, man. So, sometimes you come across these things, you might find some old bottles, but we haven't seen anything yet. Okay. Okay, we just had to work our way around that subsidence, or that shale pile. Got another upstart there. And we've got the remains of a moonshine still straight ahead. Like I said, we were in here some years ago. I think we counted 7, maybe 8 moonshine stills. We don't remember all this water, though. Yeah, here's the barrels right here. Some barrel rings. I guess this is where they had it set up, where they had the fire going right here. So Mr. Box, I think he found another one up top. But you can actually see right there, man, the axe marks from the revenue agents. So they found these. I guess they came in one fell swoop and got them all. Yeah, there's the pick marks. That's where the minecart tracks are. Okay, we're gonna make our way up here. Okay, we just climbed up from that lower section. And so this is a whole new section. Magnificent timber pillar support there. And this right here is remains of a wooden timber support, and these are the minecart rails. And what you got on right here is the remains of another moonshine operation in this mine. And you can see this was, I guess this is the whiskey vat. And the moonshine, the revenue agents, you can just see they put axe marks in this thing all. All right. And this is just the remains of this moonshine operation right here. You can see the big whiskey vat right here. Sizable operation. And you've got another one. The pipes, they put axe marks in the water pipes. Wow, hadn't seen that before. But this is the other vat right here. Right there. All right. Okay, we decided to drop down through that breakthrough up there and proceed on a little bit further. And so this right here, unexplored section, you got a section of rail right there, and that's pretty incredible. That's probably 130-year-old timber support still in place. It's amazing. You see these there. I mean, it'll eventually fall one day. I mean, if you touch it, it'll probably go. But that's pretty incredible. And got some more rails. It looks like this piece fell out and completely crushed this section of rail right here. It bent this thing up. Yeah, just bent it completely up right here. So
it's interesting though how they just stop there. I mean, you got to
yeah.
look at the boundary markers.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's strange, man. I mean, it shouldn't even be a boundary marker here.
Right.
But well, that could be completely caved in up ahead, but that's a nice drop down. So you got this section of rail just hanging out in space. So okay, we may go down here or double back. Okay, Mr. Box just dropped on down to the lower level. Right there, he looks like a midget. And let's see, I'll make my way on down here in a second. Who knows how many mine carts rolled over those rails. So, all right. We'll head on down. Okay, just dropped down from up there. And got an old pipe right here, and Mr. Boggs saw this. That is a gigantic, one of the biggest trees we've seen. That's the base of a pine tree. And all the way down this work header, or trees still lining the work header. It's pretty impressive, but that, man, that's impressive. Yeah, look at that. Pine tree still got the bark on it. Easily 120 years old plus. That's pretty. I feel for the guys that had to bring it down in here. That was no easy task. So, and the minecart rails are right there where Mr. Box is. And they would have just head right back to the this one particular work header just has trees still placed all along the route where the minecart rails were, right here. So you see they worked this section out, man. Wow.
Old as this mine is, there's not much debris on the ground.
No, it's perfectly, almost perfectly preserved. That's going to go at one time. You can just see that barely hanging on right there.
As soon as you go past it.
Yeah, watch it fall on me.
The thing about it is, I mean, it's so rotted, I mean, I'm just disintegrating it, didn't you?
No, there'll be a nail in it,
Yeah.
and I'll get one right in the head. And you can see, it's just a complete maze, folks. Look at that. It just drops down to another level, and it'll keep dropping down. So, never have seen these parts. I mean, it's, who knows the last time somebody was in here, with the exception of the Moonshiners.
Let me drop down here, just out of curiosity.
Okay.
See if we have another wall or.
All right. Mr. Box doing a little recon right there.
Yep.
Another wall?
Another wall.
Okay.
Section of rail.
Well, we'll have to go back up to that one area. Proceed over the shell pile. All right.
So, hey, how about this? Hold on, let me.
All right. All right.
Bottom and then back up to the top.
All right. Mr. Box and I are going to parallel each other. He's going to stay in this lower header, and I'm going to stay up top here. And we're just going to parallel each other. I'll be high, he'll be low. And this will take us back to the main slope right here. All right, we'll proceed over this, maybe video a little bit later, but this will head on for hundreds and hundreds of more feet back to the main slope, maybe about 700. So, all right. Okay, Mr. Box is somewhere down there. You see there's multiple breakthroughs right there. So, we're gonna keep tracking back this way. Okay, moved about 500 feet further, heading back for the slope before we double back. And Mr. Box, he's somewhere down below. And that's another number 4. It just has to be a workstation attached to this numbered header. That's the only thing I can figure. But that's a drop down into another lower work header. And this will take us out to the main slope, and all on either side right here, the miners stacked up all this loose rock, kind of a rough rock retaining wall, because the minecart rails were right here where the light is. So you can see they just stacked all this up. If I don't fall first. That's a old section of rail right there. Looks like they just, maybe something was wrong with it and they just pulled it off and threw it right there. But this should take us around to the main slope right here. You see at one time they had timber supports, probably right here. Stacked a lot of rocks. Ah, first bat right there. That's the first bat we've seen. Amazing. Haven't seen one bat in this mine. Usually there's hundreds, thousands of bats. Maybe this one's got a lot of vacancy. That's another section of rail right there. Let's see. Okay. Here's another number. This one's got, looks like number 2 maybe. Yeah, number 2. So these had to be work sections. All right. There goes that bad boy. He is not happy. Not happy having that light shined on him. Let's look back. Okay, and this should take us out here to the slope. Should be right here. Yep, here we go. There's Mr. Box.
Yeah, nothing, a couple of sections of rails,
Nothing major?
nothing major, just a bat flying around.
Oh, same bat? Maybe it's the same bat I encountered.
Nothing spectacular.
Okay, we're going to make our way down towards the bottom. We, years ago when we came in here, we did not go all the way to the bottom, or at least we think we did. So we're going to do this, and then we'll come back up, check some more stuff out. We're just kind of taking our time today. Okay, well, you don't see this too much, but this is the result of an underground aquifer. It was probably here when they were mining it. There's pieces of wood down there, looks like a bucket, but perfectly preserved. Maybe this is where they just sent the trapped water. There's a break there, right there. I mean, it sure doesn't go anywhere. So, all right. Okay. All right. All right, we're going to be making our way on down. Huge mine. Huge. I think that's remains of another moonshine. Still, you see all this burnt stuff right here. Probably they had it sitting right here or something. Barrel just rolled down. I'm sure the revenue agents got that one too. All right. Got this other work section with dual minecart tracks here. It's just, oh, it is? Okay. Oh, yeah, it is. There's a, yeah. Nobody really knows about it. There's a giant subsidence there. Okay. That's for sure. Well, just keep going down. A lot of ore dust I'm picking up. Wow, lots. All right, I'll head on back. Okay, we're down here at the bottom, as far as you can go. And you've got all this, looks like you're at the lake or something, with all this pebbles and stuff. All this stuff is washed down over, shoot, man, 60, 70, 80 years. There's a gigantic subsidence that leads to the outside. And everything that you see, all these pebbles, sand, pieces of trees, all came from up top, washed down about 150, 200 foot deep subsidence. I think it's deeper than that, but I'll just say that conservatively. But anyway, this is it. This is as far as you can go. In this old slope mine, I mean, I'm sure you could have gone further, But if you look at all of this debris that washed in from the surface high above, it has completely covered up this mine. So it should go down another 800 feet minimum, but it's just been, you know, sealed up from all the sediment coming up top. And that's going to go sometime.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just sealed off.
That was the one you could crawl through there.
Yeah.
But there was nothing to it.
So you can see at one time, heavy rains, all of this floods. You can see that's just caked mud. This entire section just floods. So even up here, all that is mud. So, I mean, over the many, many decades, this whole area would be underwater where we're at right now. That's incredible. That's a lot of water. So, all right, let's look way back up.